Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to Easy Life. Today is part 102 of our Snooker 19 career mode, and we take on Neil Robertson in the third round of the China Open. This is the first 4 frames of this match, so let's get straight into it. I've managed to set up my camera without adjusting it at all, like just picked it up, put it on, not have to adjust it, and it's a complete another day to when I filmed the last episode, so that's pretty damn impressive.
Quite a few players have already gone home, but there's plenty left here contending this trophy. It's time for the last 16.
So we're in the last 16 yet again. Camel's break, curse of the last 16. Of course we got to the semis at the Tour Championship, but like I said, we didn't have to play in the last 16 in that one. We were automatically in the quarterfinals. But we did beat a top 16 player, so you know, if we can beat one, we can beat them all. It was a pretty good display to beat Alan. Well, that was an absolutely awful start. Well, you need as strong as a start as you can in the opening frame, and that was as weak as a start as I could have had. That is as worst of a way you can start a match against a top 16 player. Like this match could not have started off. This match couldn't have started off much worse than that shot. As it happens, I've got away with it. It's only cost me 3 points, and I've also ended up with a chance. So it's not actually started off too badly. Yeah, I've got a chance. Right, I'm standing up for this because I believe that I can make something out of this chance. Oh, beautiful flick. Nice on the black. You know, you make so many mistakes in some of these matches, and you think, I'm just thinking now of all the matches that I could have. I'm not thinking of them all like thinking of any matches, but I'm just thinking the amount of matches I throw away is ridiculous because of simple mistakes. I had so many good chances. I've got to make them count in this match. This is like this tournament's like one last push before the World Championship. And as I'm filming this video, the new season is 1 hour from getting underway at with the Championship League. Mark Williams playing first on table 1 against, I can't remember.
You would have hoped for a better split there.
No, not the best split in the world because I'm not really on much. Having said that, no, I'm on this. Neil said I would have hoped for a better split, but I'd say it's pretty good.
Well, he's taking it on. That's just unbelievable.
And they're really happy with that.
Just look at that for a positional shot. Superb. 16.
Mind you, I'm particularly impressed with that shot, so, you know. So it's one of those that's definitely impressive, because we're both impressed, me and the commentators, the critical commentators, saying something. Cue ball needs to slow down, don't want it to rest on the cushion. I think that's fine. Looks pretty good to me. It's got to deposit this red. I'm really just using this as my aiming aid. I've hit that way too hard. Yeah, like I said, I hit that way too hard. Forced into taking this blue. Because the black is far from ideal, so I've got to really take the blue. And I tell you what, I'd do well to get position from here. I'd do very well to get position from here.
Long pop, lights up his street.
I think I got position. That's a good shot. That is an extremely good shot. That is something else. That is a positional shot and a half, and I'm going to need another one here. That is pretty well played. Could have probably done with it being a little bit, probably could have done with hitting that a little harder, but really not too bothered. It is what it is at the end of the day. That was another instinct sort of shot.
Nicely played. 35. 43.
Could probably play for this red. Play on this red.
Delicate touch required here. Nice position on the black. 44.
And I gotta say, it's a bit premature, but this is a very, very good start. Like this is exactly what I would have wanted. This is exactly how I would have wanted to start a match against Robertson today. I mean, I could not have asked for it better than this, really. That was a bit of a tough shot. That one was to get position there. I think I done an all right job of it. Having said that, it's not all that good. It wasn't the easiest positional shot in the world, and this pot's just made a little bit trickier because of that. I would still imagine getting this. Yeah, good shot. Nicely played for the pink.
52. He's playing for the right corner here. What a top shot that is.
This is a very, very good break. I mean, this is exactly what I would have wanted. I don't think... If I can continue the match in this fashion, then I can win. I mean, exactly what I was talking about at the start of the frame, not wasting chances. And I've been given a chance here, and I've taken full advantage. Just a few more pots will secure this frame. That was a well-judged cannon, and this is frame ball. This to go 64 in front, with just 59 remaining.
Just leaves the red.
And there it is, we will be taking a 1-0 lead over Robertson.
That should be it.
Barring snookers.
Win the frame now. 67.
So yeah, all good. Just opening the door of my room to let some air in. It's a very hot day. It's the middle of July heat wave, a very big heat wave.
He's looking for the pot.
When I say very big heat wave, I mean a very long one.
75. Nicely positioned for the black. 83.
And when I think of knocking him in for fun, like Neil Robertson says on the game, you know, the line, he's knocking him in for fun, this is what I kind of picture as knocking him in for fun, you know, making a century break. I wasn't too bothered about cannoning those. That wasn't my plan with that shot. If I can get the angle here to kind of cannon them, I think I'll gladly take it.
I think he's playing this with a lot of power. 91.
I don't think that's really worked out at all. Because this would be some positional shot after all.
He's playing the pot here.
This would be some pot. We got the pot. Gonna get, no, cannon. We've snookered. We are snookered.
94.
So it don't look like we're going to make a centre in this frame, unless we pull out some miraculous shot, which we cannot.
That's careless, and it's cost him a century. Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 94.
Well, there you go, I heard a new line from Dave Hendon at the end of it. That's careless and it's cost him a century. It did indeed cost me a century. I was about to make one.
That's the frame in the bag.
But there we go. I'd be very happy to take the first frame.
The second frame. Neil Robertson to break.
And I'd have to say, amongst the top 16 players, Neil Robertson's probably I've probably got one of my best head-to-heads against Neil Robertson. Although I'd say I've got an even better head-to-head against Mark Allen. I think I've got like a 3-1 head-to-head against Allen. I'd say my head-to-head against Allen is a very, very strong one.
Not the shot he was aiming for there.
I was aiming to...
Really needs to tighten up on his positional play.
I was aiming for the split there, really. I have to be honest, but yeah. I'll just nestle him here.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6.
Looks to be a very accomplished shot from Robertson, that.
He could well leave an opportunity if he's not careful.
So that's probably the right way to play this shot if there was one. Well, I missed
No
it.
foul, but there's a difficult chance for his opponent.
I haven't fouled. Well, there was a difficult chance, as Hendon had said, but Robertson opted against taking the pot, so there you have it. 0-0. No, not 0-0, 6-0.
He doesn't want to play this with too much pace.
Is it going to reach? It's going to reach, yeah, it's reached.
That's beautifully judged.
Oh, that's beautifully judged, according to Neil fans. Hearing some new lines all of a sudden, like there's been an update. Or like my game's changed.
That's an excellent safety.
Well, he's left us a tricky pot on. Choice is mine whether I want to take this on. But equally, I've got the option of just playing safe. I think that's probably the wisest choice to do, just contain the situation a little bit. I feel like it's even called containing the situation, so that's a very good safety shot. Maybe not that good. Well, there you go. I think it's got us in. Yeah, it has. So, we've got another chance. We're in on another frame. It's getting exciting now, this match. I'm quite liking it, you know. It's going your way. It's the easiest. It's one of the easiest games in the world. Commentator said, I think. The World Seniors Championship just gone. I think he was commentating on Ken Doherty's match against, I don't know who Doherty played in the first round. I remember Doherty made a century break in the first frame, I think. It was the first round match. We always like to watch Hendry and Jimmy's games. Well, Hendry's really. I suppose we all like Jimmy's games as well, but Hendry's are obviously probably the favourites. As for Steve Davis, I ain't seen him on the Seniors Championship. I don't know if he's even on the Seniors Tour. My long pots haven't been so good lately. I'm not talking about today. Today's been pretty solid. But just over like the last maybe 10 episodes, my form's kind of dipped a little bit. That was a really good break in that first frame today, though. It was a really strong start. Shame about not making the century break, but look, I'd gladly take the way I won it any day. It's such a beautiful frame. If I get the snooker here, I don't think I have. So you know what Robertson's like when you snooker him? We do not speak of it. 51 foul points he
Ronnie
gets.
O'Sullivan, 4. He's chosen to play on here.
I just automatically press the play on button. I would have played on anyway, because you get this sort of shot on, I don't think you're going to think it's hard to say no.
Use the rest here, which will make it a little more
was tough. It was tough. In real life, that was easy. In real life, like I would not have missed that. But in the game, that's a very tough shot. It sounds weird saying that it's harder that it's easier in real life. It's much easier in real life. That in real life, I'd have no qualms about playing that. And you know, this could have been a very costly mistake because Robertson's going to pick up some momentum now. And it was all good before because Robertson didn't have any and we could have probably won this match 5-0. But now we're going to have to work for this victory if Robertson takes his frame, I think. I think if we've got a 2-0 lead, I think I would have been very, very pleased about that, you know?
18.
So, you know, these reds are pretty well spread.
23.
I'm just banking on him making an error, really, I can't really rely on any red, other than maybe the one by the left-hand side cushion, but even that's pretty straightforward.
29.
I'd say the hard work's been done, maybe there's too much safety in this frame, I don't know. You could probably make a case for whatever you wanted to here, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
37. 38.
Slightly tough pot here. As Robertson approaches the middle of this break, you'd have to say. What? I thought he was on a red, that's why I was saying tough pot. I thought he was on a red, you must have been like, what's so tough about this? Sorry.
51.
That was a tough pot to take on, but
52.
the top players don't tend to miss unless the shot's extremely tough or unless they're playing completely awful. And yeah, Robertson's clearly not playing too badly today to be potting balls like these. He's nearly over the line in this frame, a few more pots would secure it. 59 points. Remaining is 41 in front, mate, that 42 in front with 51 remaining. So black and one more red. Give Robertson the frame.
65.
If that cue ball had run a little further, we would have been back in with another chance. Or back at the table.
Frame conceded. Frame, Neil Robertson.
And that's the frame to Robertson.
Thank you. The third frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Let's hope we can do a better break-up in this frame. Oh my god, I completely screwed that break-off right up. It's always screwing the break-off up. That was a disgrace.
Careless shot there.
That was a disgusting break-off. That wasn't a very good shot.
6.
There is a pot on.
7.
You know, you kind of wouldn't think a player could clear up from here, but in Snooker 19, they pretty much can do anything.
12.
It's almost like a little fairy tale, a magic world where anything's possible. Sounds all too familiar. Oh well.
Neil Robertson, 70.
Speaking a bit early there. Robertson has just missed, but the little git has got away with it. Don't really know how to play this shot, what to do here. Because I feel like he might just get anything in, even if I leave him half a sniff. Because that's what these top 16ers are like. Oh, I messed that up.
Well, not the best save.
I messed that up well and truly. I've not even left him a tough pot. I've actually left him a pot that isn't impossible, that isn't unbelievable. In leaving unbelievable pots is bad enough, let alone leaving pots that are real. So far I feel like I played the better in this match because I've won a frame that I've worked really hard for. I played really well in. Sorry about the camera angle, it was just bugging me then. It just looks a bit off. That probably looks a bit better. I'm just annoyed. I'm just annoyed that I started so well and now I can't. And now I can't seem to get in. Oh, I can't seem to do it now. It's just not happening. I don't want to be 3-1 down at the end of this episode, because then I'm on my way out, really, of this tournament. And it's another tournament down the drain at the last 16 stage. You know, it's a bit stupid how you can't get a chance once that player wins a frame. I mean, they should give you a couple of frames grace to make it a bit more. I mean, they shouldn't even play. And it's a bit ridiculous how if you're 5-0 down, you ain't got a chance. Not because of belief or anything, or not because it's hard to win 6 frames in a row. When I'm saying 5-0 down, I'm talking about a best of 11. It'd be tough to win from 5-0 down, not because of belief or because you can't win 6 in a row. Because you could win 6-0, so why can't you come back from 5-0 down? But it's because your opponent's playing so well by that point that they ain't going to miss any. They'll fluke if they don't get it, probably. Makes you angry, this game. Well, I'd like to be able to take the 4th frame.
45. 51.
So all we did in this frame was a sloppy break off. We got a chance, we got safety halfway through, and it was an absolute disgrace. And it was hard to do the safety without leaving him a ridiculous pot, without leaving him any kind of a pot anyway. And you're not there like they bite your hand off if they see any sort of a pot.
And now the frame is his.
They're like a little shark.
Well, he's taken the lead here.
And to be
Thank you.
brutal. So we ain't taking a 4-0 lead. I'm just going to play really defensive because I can't be asked to play against this rubbish. I only want to play real snooker. I love how I'm saying I'm going to play real snooker, yet I want to play defensive. To be fair, playing defensive is still part of the game.
7-point foul there after contact with the black.
Oh no.
Foul on the miss. Neil Robertson, 7. He's chosen to play on here.
Oh, wrong. I've left him a pot. Oh, Robertson's left me the best safety in the world.
Playing the safety and aiming to get the cue ball tight against the cushion.
I'm not aiming to get the cue ball tight against the cushion. That's awful. Some touching ball. Don't want to be... Touching ball's always an issue. If you don't want to leave your opponent a touching ball because you kind of left them a free shot to hit away from the pack and potentially land you in loads of trouble. Is it going to reach?
That's a poor foul, really.
Has
Very loose shot.
have fouled.
Foul on the miss. Neil Robertson, 4.
So far, Robertson's got 11 points in his
Just
frame,
wants to ensure he gets this cue ball tight.
earning all 11 of them through my fouls. That's what I call a cheat.
This is developing into a fascinating safety valve.
I haven't left them touch ball this time, which is good news. I think you've got the advantage if you're the one hitting away. I don't know. Don't really know how these work. I just stick to what I feel is easy enough. Eventually I'm going to get a chance, aren't I, if I'm patient. And I haven't had to be patient for very long, because I've been given a fairly good chance. You could say I'm rushing into this, but I'd say I'm just taking a good chance when I see one. So I don't disagree with this. I won't call it extreme. So we go.
Chance here.
Going for a pot here. Didn't want to knock the black in there. That would have been an absolute disaster. This is risky as pot. This is very risky.
No surprises here with the long pot.
This is very risky. Here goes.
Really aggressive potting there. That's guts.
That was very gutsy. Neil Founds has put it exactly right. Really aggressive. That took some guts, because that's a missable blue. But it was the only way I could play it to land on this red, and if I'd missed the blue, I would have been landing on the red, hence leaving Robertson a shot. So part of me wanted to just play the blue pot, but not position. But I thought, you know what, if I'm going to do this, just go for it, man. he still needs a few frames yet. The worst that's going to happen is that you lose the frame from here, so, you know, I'm just going to bite the bullet. It is what it is. I kind of took a very brave approach to that, and I think it's paid off. But that doesn't mean I'm accepting. That doesn't mean I want to lose the frame, or I'm happy to lose the frame. It would still hurt. It hurts every time you lose a frame in this game. It hurts every time you lose a frame in snooker. Having to say I concede is pretty painful. You know, in other sports you don't have a choice whether you want to concede or not. You've conceded. You've conceded. In football, you've conceded a goal. You've conceded a goal. You have no say other than to try and defend before the goal goes in. You could try and argue to get it VAR checked for offside or whatever, but I'll try and argue for a foul if you're really like salty or something. Who knows? I'm not a football fanatic. At the end of the day, watch the Euros, but then I'm sure loads of people do, not just footy fans around the world. Well, when I say around the world, I mean I should probably say around Europe for the Euros. I don't think people in America were too. That hurts badly. Because I was so close, like, I'd done the hard work, look at now I open the frame, the frame's open for the first time and I've left the frame at Robertson's mercy. No way, I'd had to work so hard for the chance, and Robertson's just going to claim the credit. I'm going to get none of it. I'm not going to get even a little mention of it other than 13 measly points, which are never enough. In fact, I said it's never enough to win a frame. It kind of is. You can win a frame with 12 points. So 13's definitely enough, but you have to do it. You have to. You're relying completely on your opponent to be an idiot most of the part. Yeah, you really. Oh wow. Wow, I have been given another chance. I've been gifted a chance by my opponent. When I say given a chance, I'm just glad to be back at the table in this frame. Seem to be really good at those sorts of shots. But I haven't got a position to speak of. Unless I feel like taking this yellow. And I tell you what, it's not as bad as it looks. It don't look that bad, I don't know. But this is actually pretty good for me, this sort of shot. I'm pretty good with these sorts of shots. Pretty good at these sorts of shots, but don't want to blow my own trumpet too much before such a big shot. Gonna go for this. I'm not sure this is gonna go in. Oh, I thought I'd missed it first. It looked like it was too thin. But that is nigh on. That is not nigh on. That's just full stop. That is full stop. Point blank. Beautiful.
Looking to get back into the frame here.
Looking to get back into the frame. Leave it out. I'm only 10 behind. You're talking as if I'm 40 behind. Stop! 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 Beautiful. Wow. Just so glad that I've got another chance in this frame. Of course, the black's going to go back on its own spot now, which is probably for the best. Because then get the pink back on its spot, you know, I can kind of drill some order into this frame, which is a good thing. The more normal a frame is, the more easy it is to build a break, you know. I feel like I always say things like this and never really am confident. Probably gonna play a risky next red here. I'd say that's worked a treat. So that's worked an absolute treat. As long as I can get this positional shot right. Yeah, I've done it. Man, I'm playing well today. I'm actually doing it. I'm actually starting to play a bit better than I normally do, I suppose. Is this the way I want to play the shot? I think this is the way, yeah. If we get out of this session 2-2, I'd say I'd be pretty happy with that result. I'm just going to bring these two reds out.
28.
Bounce. Beautiful! Beautiful, as they say.
It should be pretty straightforward. 36.
Probably could have done with hitting that a little harder, because now I'm left with a slightly trickier shot than I would like, because it's a rest shot. Times when you wish you were using the pro aiming aid and not pro. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, absolutely wonderful.
44.
Now I got the angles to play for that red I was looking at before.
Gently does it.
Or you might have guessed that I was trying to play for this red here, or one of these reds.
51.
At the very least. Bottom red, worst ways, you know. Just leaving the toughest two reds to last, probably the best thing.
This with plenty of power.
Well, that red goes in.
52. Just as black required.
And that's frame ball, and we've won the frame. So we level the match up 2 frames apiece.
On his opponent in this frame.
So not a bad mini session. Normally we tend to mess up in the first mini sessions against top play. And I think the first frame was very important.
That's a top shot. Well played.
Now I have my attentions turned to the ton. I was going to take the green for a moment, but that wouldn't work if I wanted to make a ton.
This is really tricky.
Oh! Not snookered. It's lovely. That was a wonderful pink. Surprised I didn't go wild over that shot, because even Neil said it's a very tricky part. It was really tough. You know, under pressure I probably would have just backed away, but I suppose the pressure's if you're trying to make a century, I don't think there's no point playing a safety, because it ain't going to get you anywhere.
67.
So here we are on break 67 now, 74, can make the century. Cue ball just stop.
74.
This is slightly different to your formality routine for a century.
Just the colours left now. What a top pot that was.
Completely messed position up there though. Completely messed position up. I played that in such a way that I thought I had a nice position on the green. This is very pink-esque. This is giving me memories of that pink. It's not there. Probably could have not done without adjusting. Probably could have done without adjusting it. That's a shame because it was a really good attempt. But never mind. That break of 76. A very good break of 76. Believe me, that was an incredible break. 76 gives us the frame, and we level the match up at 2 frames apiece, breaking off into frame 5. Really hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Really helps the channel out, and subscribe if you haven't already for some more regular Snooker 19 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.